This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by libertybooksnh.net, libertybooksnh.net.
Yeah. Probably you want to grab a chain?
Dave Ridley here, signing in for ridleyreport.com. You wouldn't know from looking at this part of the video, but this is a story about an alternate currency.
We'll just drop it if it starts to get away from us.
Just let me know first.
Yeah.
Baby. Ready up? Good.
Just far enough down, or?
These folks are setting up a device that will hopefully be used to make the Shire Silver, a New Hampshire currency.
Here you go, you can carry this.
Made of silver. What you're seeing is the early process of creating a die. When completed, expected to look something like this. It's apparently going to be a currency denominated in grams of silver. Maybe I should say it will look like a combination between this and this. That's because the Shire Silver will be made out of this material, silver. It'll just be square. It'll be square instead of round, and denominated in grams instead of ounces. By the way, sorry for the noise. As is so often the case, there is a shooting event going on here at Ron Helwig's house in Deerfield, New Hampshire. Okay, so Ron, explain to me, how is this die going to work?
Well, the idea here is you basically slide your sheet of metal right in there. We have a sample design on there that we can use for testing purposes. We're going to determine how much pressure is actually required to come up with something that is usable and recognizable and good enough quality. And then you just need to apply force on the top of this, well, to close it in, and the action of bringing it down will cut out the piece of metal and then stamp the design on it. Now, this is only a prototype that we're looking at for testing purposes, but it is pretty darn cool. It has this adjustable area here, so we can adjust the depth of the die face so that we can get the thickness proper, and it has a neat little ejection system that's spring-loaded. So you just stick the ejector rod in there, and then when you press on the ejector rod, you can pop out the final piece.
And this red device, the log splitter, is designed to create that kind of pressure that they need to make an imprint on the piece of silver. The idea is you put it in there like that.
Right, and then you operate the log splitter with a different face on it. These are removable, so we'll just replace that with something flat and solid. And then when you operate it, the piston comes out and applies the pressure.
So Ron, my question, just on another level, why is it worth doing this instead of just having people use silver bullion?
Well, because the government can always come in and shut down the bullion salespeople and the mints. So by allowing people to produce their own in a distributed fashion, there's no way that they can possibly shut down everyone that's doing it, because they have no way of knowing.
So what you're aiming to do is to make it more politically difficult for them to do what they did in the 30s when they came after precious metals.
Exactly. Yeah, and get it, massively distributed so anybody can do this. Anybody should be able to produce their own money. Weird.
As long as the money is silver or gold.
Well, I prefer silver and gold. Copper could also be used. People can use whatever they want as money, and that's really the larger point here.
Well, of course, the Treasury Department itself has said that. The chairman of the Treasury, or Secretary of Treasury, said that, didn't he?
Yes, exactly. And lots of people have been using all kinds of alternatives like the Ithaca Hour, which is, the big famous one. But there are literally hundreds of these community currencies in place, and all kinds of things that are alternatives that are similar to that, such as coupons. Coupons can be considered a form of alternative currency. Airline miles are another alternative form of currency. People can use whatever they want. We're doing silver because that's the one that we believe in the most. And I was going to give people the tour of the house.
Oh. Wait, you have lunch? Is that what you're saying?
No,
you don't
it's
have
not ready yet.
Anyway, Ron is wrapping up his, go ahead. Ron is wrapping up his events here at the house, and I'm going to wrap up this story. There's the shooting event and the demonstration of the Shire Silver come to an end. This is Dave Ridley signing out from Deerfield, New Hampshire, this June 29th, 2008. This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by Liberty Books,
Pressure copy.
New Hampshire's pro-liberty bookstore, at 75 Allison Street in Concord. LibertyBooksNH.net, LibertyBooksNH.net. It's a science fiction paradise. Your source for freedom-oriented books. A great place to socialize with other Free Staters. Check in here every time you visit Concord. LibertyBooksNH.net, LibertyBooksNH.net.